So the BT Awards 2026 version are here, and Drake is nowhere to be seen. You feel me? Iceman dropped. Everybody was yapping everywhere about Iceman, whatever album they dropped. Iceman, Habibi, I don't know. I don't know. So Drake fans were everywhere. They was like, yeah, Drake is the god. Drake has the numbers. Drake has everything. And you all got influenced by the internet yapping, and you all forgot about who Kendrick really was. So Kendrick ain't no person to play out like that. Like Kendrick dropped GNX 2 years ago. GNX is still selling more than the records that have been dropped this year. So the records that dropped this year, we have Drake, Iceman, we have G Cole with the fall off, and what is kind of ironic because G Cole, like how he was rolling out the fall off, he was like, it is ironic to name the album the fall off because he will never fall off, and the album itself, the fall off fell off. So I don't know what's up with G Cole. And we also have Don Toliver. Don Toliver has been doing a great job. He released the album Octane. He featured a lot of artists. He's doing kind of great. We also have Asap Rocky. Asap Rocky released Don't Be Dumb. It was backed by Rihanna. They were there performing everything. He had the dong allegations, whatever. Yeah, Asap also had a good time this year. We also have NBA Youngboy. Yeah, NBA Youngboy, I know, joke. He's not joking. So NBA Youngboy recently dropped, I know, ML2, but it was not great. It was not, it was not accepted so much like that. But Slime Cry is the album like NBA Youngboy are still recognizing Youngboy with up to today. So a lot of people are going on the internet and they be like, yo, if it is the BET, then that is fake, that is whatever. But let me tell you, when it comes to awards, we are not looking at what the internet is saying. We don't look at what people are talking about. We look about facts. You feel me? So BET is not going to Instagram to start scrolling and see what Drake fans are saying about him. They are not going to the internet to see what Don Toliver fans are doing are saying about him compared to what Kendrick or whoever artist they are talking about. You feel me? They follow facts, and if you try to take a look at the people in those BET hours, they are not fans of. You can find like I'm part of the BET system, and I'm not a fan of rap. I'm not a fan of R&B. I'm not a fan of this. But from the numbers, from the stats, we can see like this is what is working. This is the artist who is working. This is the person who is being loved by the people, not from like because we have a lot of controversies. We have rap beefs, we have stuff that do come out and they make fans talk about a particular artist more than the other without recognizing the work that they really put into their music. You feel me? So Kendrick has won the BET awards. He won the best male artist of the year. He also won the best collaboration, which is Chain and Whips, and he also won the video of the year. So I want you to get me straight, like, if it is really Luther that has carried the day, we are not looking about okay. Iceman came in, and Iceman had huge streaming numbers. Like we cannot deny, Iceman had a lot of he sold a lot of copies, a lot of copies. He sold a lot, even the MJ. But then we still need to look up, but we are not just looking about that particular period that fans were discussing about. We look from the beginning of the year. We not just looking from May 15th. Yeah, we are not looking at it from May 15th to this point. We are looking at it from the beginning of the year, which is January. And for a fact, from January up to now, a lot of people have been listening to GNX. A lot of people have been tuning in to Kendrick Lamar, and people just listened to Iceman, and they only listened to Iceman because Kendrick never released. From my opinion, Iceman was really garbage. I'm not gonna lie to you. Iceman was really good. Yeah, it was hyped. A lot of people hyped it, but it is being forgotten. In the next 2 years, nobody will be talking about Iceman, and I assure you that. GNX is still being discussed up to now. It has been 2 years since GNX was dropped, and people are still talking about GNX. It will be very hard. Like, okay, maybe at that particular 2 years, people will be talking about. I don't even see people talking about the particular records that Drake has on that particular album. I'm not seeing like people saying that this song is hot. Like, this is a very huge track. This is a good track. Like, we have been listening to this, like the way they did with Not Like Us, the way they did with Luther. You feel me? Drake fans are only talking about how Drake is successful. They are not talking about what records stole their heart. You feel me? If I release a 40 album, a 40 track album, and then I sell a lot of records, and then the only thing people are talking about is not which songs really stole their heart. They are talking about how the album has become successful. That would be like you are worshiping the numbers. You are not really worshiping the real talent that that person really put in, and you don't know what marketing, what he did to really push those albums. But then Drake released 3 albums this year. I know Iceman. I don't know the rest. I have not listened to any. Um, Kendrick released GNX alone. GNX had 12 tracks, and the recent projects by Drake are I have 40. So you can compare like someone having 40 tracks and someone else having 12 tracks, and still the person with 12 tracks is winning over the person with 40 tracks. Like that's hilarious. Like, that is something that still BET Awards, like, they need to consider. They put into consideration like every single detail about what project has been released, like how many projects have been released, what is the consumption of each project, and like how is the acceptance by the fans, and how is the album still being consumed on daily basis. You feel me? A lot of people hating on Drake, and I see a lot of people like talking about like Don Toliver never won the BET. Okay, let us get straight. Not like I'm trying to, no, I'm not trying to hate on Don Toliver. Don Toliver has really done a great job on Octane. I have listened to Octane. Octane was really an album, and he has put in a lot of work. He has put in all he had, but then at the end of the day, it is not just about the good work. It's about like how have you really brought it in front of the people? How have you made your project really fuck with the people? You feel me? Um, somebody like Young Boy dropped Slime Cry, and he was out of jail. It was nah. The first album was Massa. So album the Massa album and the Slime Cry were really hyped because of the Young Boy's controversy with Lil Durk. So Lil Durk has gone to jail. Young Boy has come out, and Young Boy is selling records. So he probably has to sell records because Lil Durk fans are also listening to Young Boy. He really has to sell records. So Iceman dropped, and Kendrick Lamar fans really had to go to listen to Iceman. Is really Iceman better than is Drake really better than the like, is Drake really better than our favorite rapper? So Kendrick Lamar fans still had to listen to Iceman. But then if I listen to Iceman today, will I be able to become a fan of Drake? Will I be able to say that these songs are good and then I have to fuck with? I used to be a Lil Durk fan, but then okay, I never used to listen to Young Boy. But then when Young Boy came out, because of all that effect, like Young Boy is all over, he's performing in Chicago, I had to go and listen to Young Boy. Like, is this album really worth listening to? And when I went to listen to Young Boy, I was like, oh, people hate on this dude for nothing. And then I fuck with him. I fuck with him. So the project really made me a fan, not the success. You feel me? If the numbers really sold high, and then I went to listen to album to the Massa or the Slime Cry, and then I don't fuck with any particular track in that album, I'm not going to become a fan. Like, the success won't make me a fan, but the real music, like, are you feeding me? That is why you find like people like Ghana are still going crazy. Like, We are not looking at what title do you have. Do you entitle yourself as the king of hip hop or what? Young Thug may say like, yeah, as always, I am better than anyone else. But Drake and Ghana was like, okay, you are great than everyone else. That is the title that you do hold. So what am I gonna do? I'm going to release great music for people to listen. Right now, Ghana is eating more than Young Thug and Lil Baby. So we right now we do not care about any street movement, and that is the habit that has put a lot of people like worship particular artists and downgrade the talents of other people. You feel me? If Don Oliver won the BET awards, nobody will have no problem with him. But Kendrick won the BET award for the fifth time, for the fifth time in a row. This is the fifth time that Kendrick has won the BET awards for the best male artist. Not because they have favored him, not because they have anything to do with him, but he really deserves it. He really deserves it. He really deserves it. So I don't know what you think. I don't know what you think. Do you think the BET awards are really are really genuine, or they have some corruption going on in there? I don't know what you think. I don't know. I don't know what you think. I don't know what you think. So guys, um I'm not here to torment anybody. I'm not here like to praise anybody. I'm here like to appreciate the good work that the music industry has been doing. Like, if they don't release music, I have nothing to feed. I have nothing to listen to. Shout out to Baby Kim. Shout out to Playboy Cardi. Shout out to all the people who have been making me like feel like, yeah, the hip hop culture is still alive. Shout out to everybody who has been dropping music. Shout out to everybody, all the young artists that still want to be there one day. Shout out to you. I don't know what you think about Drake losing everything again. I don't know. I don't know what you think about Drake releasing a major album this year and still GNX, like an album that was released 2 years ago, wins over Drake. I don't know what you think. Tell me in the comment section. That was my time. Goodbye. See you some other day.